The opening round of the third round of the Foundation Cup. Undefeated Norwood meet West Adelaide, who yet to win a game. Or throwing the ball away, and it looked like a throw, and it's been pinged that way with Simon Porter. The free kick will go to McIntosh. Check side of the centre line. Conditions ideal for football. Sun slowly sinking in the west as McIntosh heaves the ball to the half-forward line. O'Donoghue there. Ducker, who's come into the side at the expense there of Smart. Can't get into the act at all, and the umpire has seen a free kick. That will go the way of West Adelaide to be taken on the half-back flank. Barlow got it out. It gives quickly now to Blythe. Blythe goes to the half-forward line. Fine mark there. Goss with a chance to send the Bloods into attack. On the lead up there quickly now is Ogden, but he can't get to the ball. Or can he? Yes, he's got it, and it's a good mark. Ogden's only 30 metres out. The angle is not going to be a problem. And young Brooke Ogden, the game that we saw him play earlier, Football Park, showed a lot of promise for the Bloods. That's a nice kick, fluid action. It's got through. Goal to the Bloods.
Spot on there, Daisy. Fogden certainly is a likely type. Well built, mobile, good recruit at full forward. But didn't the ball come in well from half back? New recruit Barlow got the ball on quickly, but it was Goss who set it up at centre half forward. His left foot pass was a beauty, and Brooke Fogden certainly is a name we'll be hearing a lot more about.
West Adelaide in 9th spot, the Foundation Cup. Norwood in 2nd spot, as I mentioned, 2 wins, 2 losses. Umpires in charge, Laurie Argent and Mark Barnett. Mark Barnett about to put the ball down. 2 minutes into the first quarter of a 21-minute quarter only. Craig Ward against Palmer gets the benefit of the bounce. Ward tries to slip it out. Well done there by Thomas as he got the ball to the half-forward line. McIntosh from Staritsky wasn't a good pass at all. Fitzsimmons gets it back now to West Adelaide's Gribble. Gribble's handball was not well taken there by O'Donoghue. He's under pressure, and the umpire will come and pull it up on the half-forward left flank for Norwood.
Already, Gary McIntosh is right in the thick of things for the Redlegs. Geez, tackling's been exemplary tonight. 3 strong ones. O'Donoghue solidly over the top, thumps the ball forward. Muster there in pursuit of Goss. Oh, the ball sat nicely for Muster. He got the handball out the back door, but Fitzsimmons for the Bloods, he couldn't control it either, or taken the ground there as Sean Blythe. The umpires indicated no free kick, there'll be a bounce. Three minutes gone in the first term. The Redlegs have certainly made a number of interesting moves. Weeding is playing at full forward. Pascoe is lined up at centre half forward. New chairman of selectors, Gags Gallagher, sitting with Neil Barr. Sloppy bounce, getting the ball over the top was Filkey. New recruit Barlow was the man who was cannoned into by Thomas. Gee, the action is plenty out there. It's scrappy football, but desperate stuff as McKinnon bends the ball back around the corner. Baum sits under that one, and Daisy's almost a new recruit.
Yes, well, he had a horrific year in 1989, David, and he almost got a short back and sides. Good mark and defence taken by Paul Barlow, the former Richmond player, who left foots one back towards centre wing. Baum at the back never got started. The umpire's going to pick up a free kick. It's going the way of Glenn Goss at centre wing to send the Bloods into attack. His third kick. One of them was a beauty to Brooke Fogden on the lead up over the top. Can't bring it down. Here's a chance for Andrew Jarman. Staritsky flips it out. Payne. Norwood off the half-back flank, come out wide, making a metre out here. And getting to the ball is Vardenega. He slots it into the forward line. Coming across is Maynard. Can't quite get there. And the ball tumbles out of play on the half-forward right flank. West Adelaide has a goal. Norwood yet to open their account in the first 4 minutes of the Foundation Cup.
It's interesting to see that Maynard is playing out of a forward pocket, Daisy. We're normally used to seeing him play at centre half back. Of course, the Redlegs have the luxury of Andrew Zeeland coming from the Double Blues, who's playing that position tonight. Thomas goes towards full forward. Oh, there's a push and a shove, but Weeding has the mark. About 35 metres out, not quite directly in front, just in the shade of the grandstand shadow. Almost 5 minutes gone. West Adelaide 1 straight goal. The Redlegs yet to score. In fact, the first occasion they've been beyond half forward. Oh, the kick is a shocker, well offline. Off hands it goes, touched off the hands of Big Craig Ward, and he seems to have thinned down a little bit, Daisy.
He's still fairly solid, though, and he's a big boy, but West Adelaide need a bit of height. Now that they've lost their big ruckman with a knee injury. In goes Weeding with his body, but Ward got the tap away. Well put now to Barlow. In the action plenty early, O'Donoghue against Pascoe, who's given him a heave in the back. And the free kick will go to the red-headed West Adelaide centre-half back. Off the half-back line, he drives towards centre wing. They set themselves there. In front, a good mark taken well by Norwood's Andrew Zealand, the former Sturt player. From centre wing, puts it to the half-forward line. Pascoe in front, almost a good mark. I think he's going to get a free kick. No, Maynard's been hipped out of it. He's going to get a free kick. He's only about 35-40 out. As David said, it's unusual to see Maynard playing in the forward pocket. Certainly gives Norwood some flexibility with Maynard in the forward pocket, Ducker, and also Weeding, and the player Pascoe a chance to play there as well. Touched off the fingers of point. He only failed to make the distance by half a metre, but that's enough. Norwood have got their opening score. It's taken them 6 minutes. They are 1 point. West Adelaide a goal.
Redlegs certainly appear to be taking on a much more serious approach to season 1990. Mark Buckley sacked from the club midweek. Poor attitude of training gives an indication that Neil Baum certainly won't tolerate any nonsense this season. Baum got it out the back door, cleverly done. Staritsky forward to Payne was bad news, but Payne copped a push in the back. A plucky little rover. He belts the ball towards full forward. Pascoe's sitting underneath this one. O'Donoghue's back. Oh, but Weeding's chipped in at the front of the pack and then marked to the big fellow. It's his second mark. He's been very impressive in pre-season games. Opening game of the season against North Adelaide, he booted 5. Real focal point. It's almost forced Mark Ducker out of this side. Kick number 2 directly in front. The Redlegs first.
Yes, the lad came from nowhere, and he's already proving quite a problem for the West Adelaide fullback in Patterson. That's his second mark. And as we've mentioned, Maynard's also taken a good one. Pascoe's been right in the action, and the height of the Norwood team in front of goals could be a worry to West Adelaide as the game progresses. 7 minutes into the Foundation Cup, Norwood lead by a point, 7-6.
Right on the money there, Daisy. The height of this Norwood side is unbelievable. Prowse, the new player, former Southeast junior, playing at full-back, 6'3". Zealand at centre-half back, 6'4". Pascoe's 6'8", playing at centre-half forward, and then, of course, Weeding, who's a tremendous 6'4". Fierce body clash as Pike got the ball out. Norwood defence through Muster, wide to the outer side. Oh, there's a nice mark taken out there. I'm trying to pick up who it is in the light as Rowe. Got the ball out to Baum. Baum tries to push one forward, but it's higher than it is longer. Underneath that one, Ward for West Adelaide. He couldn't take the ball. Thomas Shepherd, 2 West Adelaide opponents out. But Danninger through strongly. Now McKinnon. Neither player can get clear. It's left to Milsom. The long handball wide. Staritsky. Cleverly done. What a intelligent bit of play. Onto the left boot. He chips it forward. Weeding's there again, and he is really proving a handful. Taken the ground, but the ball was already out of play. We'll have a throw in 8.5 minutes into the first term.
Yes, it's his second season with Norwood, a former St Kilda player, starting to prove a force at the throw-in. Ward in front, gets the thump away back towards his goal line. Tanner gets it back. Here's a chance for them to set up now through Staritsky. Drives up towards the half-forward line. Maynard in front, can't bring it down. Payne can't find it. O'Donoghue goes in hard. With him there is Tony Filkey, but the umpire will ball it up on the half-forward line for the legs. Most of the players been in the Norwood forward line since that opening goal by young Book Fogden. Tapped away back towards the half-back flank, going through his Barlow. If he can pick the footy up, he's lost it, got it back. Tony Filkey under pressure. Dribble, gets it out wide. Here's a chance for Lachlan Ross. He's the will of a wisp. Well, the kick is not all that flash as it goes to the half-forward line. Bad talking then by the Norwood duo as they knocked each other out of the road. The biggest culprit was Andrew Zealing, who's knocked his teammate away, and together they lost the footy.
I think that's part of the new red leg desperation, Daisy. Doesn't matter who's there, go through, take the ball. Norwood certainly looking ominous early in the season. McIntosh over the top, kept the ball in play.
I'll just take you up on that one a little bit, David. I'm sure Coach Barham would think that there should be a little bit of talking when you're dashing for the ball as well.
No doubt about that, Daisy. The point I was trying to make, they really are very, very desperate. They'll just run through brick walls at the moment, even each other occasionally. Not saying that's sensible, but there is that air of desperation by the Redlegs. Jarman, the new boy, to Staritsky, to centre-half forward. Oh, Maynard couldn't control it, but Pascoe on the left boot, out to Weeding on the fast lead. The ball will drop short. Patterson in pursuit. Over the top of the ball goes Weeding, and the ball is out of play, and again will have a throw in. Kevin Morris wouldn't be too pleased with his side's performance so far. They had Glenelg in a very unseemly position only 2 weeks away and threw the game away. He really wasn't happy about that. Ward in the front. Gribble over the top, got the ball down to McKinnon. On the right boot he goes. Pascoe was underneath that ball. Can he pick up the crumbs? The big fellow can. Concedes ground. Barham. Oh, he blasts that one long and low towards centre-half forward. Oh, Daniger was called off the ball by Barlow. And this centre-half back certainly looks the good, Daisy.
He's very well balanced and dispatches the ball well. I'm just trying to think who he looks like, and I'm going to pick it up before the evening's out, but he looks like he's quite a find. Well, a recruit. Porter on the left leg. It's a ground covering kick, but not well directed. And on the half-back line, it's taken there by Zimmerman. Zimmerman, half-back flank for the legs. Transfers play back towards centre wing. Maynard's up in front. Porter going through Pike, couldn't get it. Barlow has the football. He's going to be struggling to get it out. Umpire Mark Barnett letting it go as finally Ward gets a tumbling old punt up towards the half-forward line where it's taken by Jamie Andriski. Kicks into the man, the Cardinals in. A chance for Norwood to clear if they can keep it in play. Getting under it is Tony Filkey. And he's going to get a free kick for a trip. Legging it was. Don't believe he can make the distance from there, but he got Brooke Fogden in the square. Off goes the big fellow now. It's going towards him. He charges to meet it. Can't get his hands to it. Oh, Porter, open goal. Cannot miss, does not miss. And West Adelaide have got their second.
An unusual goal to Simon Porter. We normally see him in defence streaming out of the back line. The Redlegs trying something new in this Foundation Cup. And Porter's gone to centre-half forward. 1 goal already. But, gee, it's an indication, Daisy, that West Adelaide really having to try some desperate moves. Porter's not perhaps big enough for a centre-half forward, but Kevin Morris is trying everything.
Yes, David, the loss of those 9 players from defections, retirements or transfers or whatever made it pretty difficult as they go into attack once more through Andriski. But this time it's taken on the half-back line by Lester Ross. He's at centre-half-back as he sends Norwood out of defence. Up towards centre field, it's all West Adelaide there. And once again, Andriski gets it out wide. Fitzsimmons with a chance. He straightens up, puts out a pass half-forward line. It's a shocker. Pike comes to meet the ball and does it well low to the ground. Jamie Pike, second kick only. His returns it towards centre wing. Getting into the action there was Gribble, taken by Ward, not a good kick. McIntosh slips it across. David Payne, the legs into attack, up, getting underneath it. Maynard over the top, can't bring it down. Quickly back there, and a fellow who's ridden into the ground, and surely he's going to get a free kick. David, you might be able to help me. I just looking for the young lad who's picked up the free kick. Yes, it's number 13, Dean Schumann.
Spot on, Daisy. It's a beautiful clearing kick to the outer side. It was an early leap by Goss, who's perhaps up a little early. Zeeland was tackled when not in control of the ball, but he dives desperately on it, keeps the ball in the area, and umpire Laurie Argent will bounce. 13.5 minutes gone, first term, round 3. The Redlegs undefeated so far in the Foundation Cup. Nilsson over the top of it. Oh, cleverly done. Jarman out to Thomas. He'll be a real find. Didn't they know that, though? Gribble. Oh, in all sorts of trouble. He threw that ball away. O'Donoghue had no option but to thump the ball across the line, and the Westie side can regroup. Pascoe in ruck opposed to Ward. Appears that Ward will do a lot of the ruck work this year for West Adelaide. They've lost Damien Murray. Kalkas is out with an ankle injury, and the Staritsky kick goes forward. Bilkey couldn't control it. Oh, but desperately over the top of the ball has won himself a free for kicking in danger.
David, that's one that they seldom pay these days. I believe it still should be there for the ultra-dangerous kick, and that probably constitutes that. But initially when the rule was brought out, they paid it for anything, and I'm sure that it wasn't in the best interest of the game. Goss couldn't take it. It's forced to the half-forward line. Porter looking for a free kick. The umpire not interested. All they're going in hard. Dribble at the bottom of the pack showed a lot of courage. They stack up. And umpire Laurie Argent will come in and bounce on the half-forward line for West Adelaide. They lead 12 points to 7. 15 minutes gone first quarter. About 45 metres out from the woodwork. Barn behind, aerial ping-pong by Jarman there. Pike in the action, can't get it, but certainly Payne can. Takes that first 5 well, drives long, half-forward line. Out comes Maynard, in front was Pascoe. O'Donoghue there. Pascoe again, slips it out. That's beautiful handball, but it came unstuck in the end. And finally it's McKinnon who takes the ball away for the Bloods.
Doesn't he do it well? McKinney looks good in defence. Milsom picking up the crumbs, bends the ball back around the corner. Brooke Fogden there underneath the ball. He's taken front position. Spoiled well by Prowse, off the ground by Prowse towards the boundary line and now to space. And it will be Muster, first man there for the Redlegs. Oh, he cleverly got the ball forward. Andrew Jarman is a magician. Out it goes to Pike. Now Thomas. The long bomb forward. Oh, ain't no distance at all underneath that one. Ward for West Adelaide. Pick number 3, he's been trying hard, the big fella. Looks like a bull. Zeeland dropped what he should have taken. Now Fitzsimmons and into the open goal. Boots it on its way, but it'll be offline. And Shane Fitzsimmons' kick results, in fact, out of bounds.
Yes, Andrew Zeeland, that was a simple chess mark. I think he'd be disappointed. Almost cost, or could have cost his team a goal. Barn at the throw-in. With him goes Brooke Fogden. A little bit of experience there. It's Barn get it down towards Zeeland. Going through Fitzsimmons. The tackle could have been high. Could have been holding the ball. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You don't have to be told that Laurie Argent's gone the way of the West Adelaide Rover. And what a place to get a goal. He ducked into the tackle just a little bit. And the tackle came on a little high. And the umpire, looking a little glum, has given the decision.
Daisy, I'm sure Keith Thomas would have loved to have heard your commentary because he agreed with you, telling umpire Laurie Argent that he was at ground level when he was tackled.
David, I've never known anyone to disagree with me, quite frankly. Joke, Eth. Fitzsimmons from 25 metres out. Oh, the kick is a shocker, and you'd have to agree with me on that occasion as well.
No doubt about that, Daisy, but I must say that Shane Fitzsimmons really has been renowned West Adelaide in the last season and a half for his goal-kicking expertise, and even he would be very, very disappointed with that one. Early days yet. Skill level will improve. Prowse. Watch this youngster. He will be one of the up-and-coming stars of South Australian football. A prodigious kick. That one was a magnificent example. Lester Ross to Jarman. Jarman tried to be a little too clever with the handball. Now O'Donoghue forward. Lachlan Ross. Watch this youngster. Another magician in the making. Bends it back around the corner. What a goal! He's got it!
Well, 16 years of age. The little phantom from Alice Springs. And he was dynamite when he came onto the turf 2 weeks ago on a Friday night game against the Bays. And he looks like he's here to stay. Well, I mean, he's here to stay. He's in senior football to stay. Just how long he stays in South Australia is problematical. But that was an opportunist goal. I know it's a hackneyed phrase, but that's what it was.
There's something you won't see often in league football either, Daisy. Andrew Zimmerman, 17 years of age, picking up Lachlan Ross, 16 years of age. Some of the guys out there on this field would be as old as the two of them combined. Jarman goes forward, cleverly done, beautifully dispatched, and Maynard with a sensational mark. Well, we have mentioned it, the Redlegs taking an ominous size up forward. Pascoe weeding Maynard. This is dangerous. Maynard from 35, kick number 2, kicks on its way. The last kick was just short, that kick just wide.
Yes, David, he's missed 2 shots for goal, both of them eminently gettable, but of course he hasn't. He's got 2 points. Paul Patterson, probably one of the better kicks in league football. Usually when I say that they miss them, but it wasn't. It was a fine drop punt out looking for O'Donoghue, got edged out of it. The umpire not really interested. Here's a chance now for Keith Thomas. The Ridsky gets it over to Payne, sidesteps well. The legs into attack, up towards Weeding. Weeding in front, Patterson over the top. In comes Macca, breaks his way through, dumps out a handball in towards goal, getting back on it his dribble. Can't find it. Back there is Sean Blythe. The umpire's seen a free and it'll go to Gribble off West Adelaide right in the goal line.
Right on, Daisy. Interfered with. 5 possessions. Oh, that kick was a shocker. Allows the opportunity for Rowe to burst into the open goal. Pops the kick on its way, but he's offline. ball. He seems to have thinned down a little bit too. Looks as fit as I've seen him, Daisy.
He sure does. I think he's trying to get over last season. As you'd remember, David, he spent most of it in the reserves, which he wouldn't be happy about after a brilliant season the year before. He had a bad thumb, of course, or a broken thumb. Patterson does the honours once again up towards centre field. McKinnon, grabs it well out wide as Fitzsimmons. Caught on the left leg. It's still a nice looking kick. Well read, however, and brilliantly taken on the half-back line by Zimmerman of Norwood. Less than a minute to go in the opening quarter of the Foundation Cup as they drive back towards centre wing. Getting in there was Pascoe, Fitzsimmons, McIntosh over the top. The umpire says play on. The ball goes to the line and out of play.
Of course, while we've been quietly wrapping the Redlegs, West Adelaide have snuck away to a 10-point lead. No breeze really of note at Football Park. Barn posed to Ward. It was Barn who got the tap down. Stolen by Fitzsimmons. He looks in sharp form. Zeeland over the top of the ball, couldn't get clear. Now Fitzsimmons again. Thomas, Vardaniger, Zeeland. Redlegs move out of defence towards half forward. Maynard front position, couldn't control it. Ebert at the back of the pack, Rowe at the bottom of it. Now the ball comes back to Ebert. He's bundled off the ball. Cleverly done, Andrew Jarman. Round the corner it goes to Rowe. He tries to sachet one into the forward pocket. Leading fights for the ball, but the siren sounds to complete the first term of round 3 of the Foundation Cup. West Adelaide 3 goals, 119. Lead Norwood 1 goal, 3-9.
Yes, there's a free kick, David, after the siren. It's going to James Weeding. You can see the proximity to the line. Once again, it's Campbell's graveyard, and it's not even a good attempt. It goes right across the face of goal, as David told you, at quarter time in the Foundation Cup. West is 3-1 and Norwood 1-3.
Hello, Max. Apologies for being late. Who's that, Annette?
$100 fine, Max, to be shared by the rest of the commentators.
I was actually booked in for a haircut at 4:30, and that's why I was running late. Right.
And a colour change.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my voice, Max. If it's ever good or not, I don't know.
Max, can you get a trainer up to Des? He needs an ice pack on his knee. He could miss a couple if we don't.
Device. Oh, we're on. So you can see the new haircut. It's not too bad, is it? Huh? Yeah, but Annette and I have always had a little thing going. That guy, James. Very low form of life.
Him has a very little thing going.
Well, I'd be an expert on things. He shares it that much.
You wouldn't think he'd brag about it, would? Wait till they win a few games, mate, and they see. Come and see me next year. We're sold out this year.
Second quarter about to start here at Football Park, and it's the Bloods with a 10-point advantage. Ward opposed to Balm. Ward won the tap. It goes down there towards Rowe, and he receives a free kick for being tripped. In fact, it will go the way of Ivan Muster. Kicking in danger. The free kick was for. The ball goes down. Weeding was a chance. Now the crumbs are picked up as the Bloods repel that attack. That was Schumann. Puts it up high. Underneath it is Goss. Well, he was up far too early, and he was lucky to receive a free kick. Play on was the advantage call from Argent, and it placed the Bloods under a little bit of pressure, but they're able to get out of that through Gribble. In turn out wide to Barlow, looking for Porter. Should be able to take possession out there, but some desperate work in defence. Now an opportunity for Payne. Oh, great tackle. Brilliant tackle by Ross. Porter in there once more. Barlow puts one up high. And the mark's been taken back there by Zeeland.
Andrew Zeeland, 6 league games for the Double Blues. Belts a long wide ball. Underneath that one, Ward. Well, the big Bullock has taken a good strong mark. Lines up the ball towards the centre of the field. Underneath that one, Porter. Spoiled. Oh, pushing the back was Filkey. He gets off the handball to Fitzsimmons. He's unable to get clear of the ball. Tackled by Rowe, taken the ground, and umpire Laurie Argent will bounce. A feature of the Redlegs game has been their tackling. Laurie Argent and Mark Barnett adjudicating. Mark Barnett, of course, one of the new breed. Pascoe. Oh, Jarman's went to swipe somebody. Looked like an unusual type of tackle, Daisy.
Yeah, I think he nearly swiped one of his own men. Would have been a little bit embarrassing. Bounced down at centre wing. Andrew Jarman wearing the unfamiliar number 2 in the red leg Guernsey. In front there was, it was Pascoe. Yeah, that's scrambly play at the moment. We're out at centre wing. West 3-1, Norwood 1-3 in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. We haven't looked like having a score. Have a look at the players in screen at the moment. As Pascoe got it down, Barlow comes away. This fellow's starting to go all right. He lost that ball in. Live got tackled from behind, lost the footy. Daniker was the tackler. Great tackle. At least the ball has come back towards centre field. Nothing to get excited about at the moment as umpire Laurie Argent is getting his exercise early evening. In goes Ward over the top. Gribble gets the thump away. Chance for Ross. Ross in turn lost it. Rowe. Sporting a much longer haircut this year as well. Takes the ball to the line. May have got a free kick. Tony Filkey makes sure no one does get a kick and farms it out of play.
Yeah, Stephen Rowe certainly looks different. Quite used to that short cropped haircut. Let's let the locks grow a little bit longer. Macca at the back of the pack. Ward won the tap. Thumped forward out there. Opportunity for Zealand. Pike picks it up, kicks around his body, but underneath that is Pascoe. He takes an easy chest mark. The quick handle out towards Jarman, held back on that kick, giving Maynard an opportunity. He plays the ball in front, searching for support, none forthcoming. Good pressure by the Bloods defence. Now the handball goes back out to Vardaniga, back to Pascoe, the left foot kick towards goal. But back there taking the mark is Schumann.
Schumann from defence is behind play. Grant Tanner is down for the Redlegs. Touch play on. O'Donoghue. Inboard he goes, but Maynard picks it up. Vardaniga from half forward towards full forward. Weeding underneath it, has the set. Oh, but from behind it's Patterson. He doesn't look well, Grant Tanner. May even have a touch of concussion. He was tackled solidly and slewed to the ground. He really did hit the ground very hard. Border towards McKinnon. It was cut off by Milson. Oh, cleverly done, Lester Ross. Stole the crumbs, drops it in short underneath this one. Cleverly done. Oh, Thomas, he copped one high for his trouble and the free, and maybe a 50-metre as that ball was kicked away by Dean Sherman. Oh, Grant Tanner, Daisy, doesn't look well at all.
No, I don't think he's quite with it at the moment. That's a shame for the young lad. You don't like to see these heavy bumps. It was fair, but tell that to the young man at the moment.
Rowe to Jarman to Storitsky is good work. The Redlegs. Oh, could that go through? No, it's been touched off hands. Well, would you believe it? Almost a goal.
Young Glenn Malloy, son of, goes on for his first run of the evening to replace the unfortunate Tanner.
In the old 2-8 Guernsey days.
Yes, made famous, or infamous, should I say. Out the parade way. Over the top comes Barlow. Fine mark by Doniger. Had a bit of a spell last year. He's back with the legs this year. Oh, into McIntosh. Didn't give it to him very easily. Macca tries to break his way through. Lost it. In goes Rowe. Not a good handball at all. In there is Ward as well. Rowe trying to make it. Tones. Payne in for the legs. The umpire will ball it up. Unlike Macca to get caught like that, then give away such a poor handball. A bounce on the half-forward line. Over the top came Gribble. He's playing pretty well. He's certainly not playing centre like he was marked down to play. Fitzsimmons is in all sorts of strife as Pascoe comes over the top. The umpire's going to give him a free kick, and he's got it at centre-half back.
Shane Fitzsimmons perhaps a little bit lucky there. Kick number 5. The will-o'-the-wisp forward come Ruck Rover. He's off, makes a little bit of space. Executes that kick out towards the grandstand wing. Underneath it, Goss, punched away by Muster. Picked up there by Blythe. They go forward once more through Andriski. But the mark's been taken by Craig Barnum. Wouldn't he enjoy being out there having a kick of the football? Dogged by injuries last season. It's good distance. Pascoe punches it on from behind. Maynard in there. The handball comes out, though, from Evert. McKinnon, first game back for 1990. Barnes sets himself. 1 grab, 2 grabs, 3 grabs. It's been paid.
We mentioned earlier, Kim, he's almost like a new recruit for the Redlegs. Certainly enjoying the run as the kick goes high. Vardaniga from behind, but there was a free kick for a push. The umpire said it will go the way of Pascoe. He was infringed by Paul Barlow. Pascoe from half forward, out goes Weeding on the fast lead. He's up, and what a great mark. Well, he meant business, Weeding, and the kick was inch perfect. Should I say centimetre, Daisy? And James Weeding, 30 metres out, directly in front. It's his 3rd mark. Kick number 4, already has 1 goal. In fact, he's kicked the Redlegs' only goal. That one's offline. He won't add to his goal tally, that's a point.
Yes, he's getting the ball well, David, and looks a strong possibility. Norwood have been lacking a regular full forward now for quite some time. In fact, it's been their Achilles heel. Hasn't been really picked up tonight. You look at the scoreboard, it's 1-5, but as I said, Weeding getting his hands on the ball, and that's a start. Patterson out wide to the lead out there. Will have Payne O'Donoghue over the top. Down they go in a heap. First there will be, and quickly out was O'Day as the ball goes to the line, courtesy of David Payne. 3-1 to 1-5. Not a lot of action in the first 8 minutes of the second quarter as Craig Ward goes in against Pascoe. Ward in front gets the tap away. Put it forward by Barlow, or maybe it was Blythe towards the centre line where it goes out of play in front of Andrew Zealand.
At the 8-minute mark, 19 points plays 11. It's an 8-point advantage to the Bloods. They've been pretty desperate this evening. the shadows start to fall completely across Football Park. The ball on the outer side. The handball goes out towards Gribble. He's a likely type. That wasn't a good kick. Goes straight to Andrew Jarman. Quick handball back to Zealand. He wasn't as quick. Now McKinnon crashes his way through, but his handball goes as far as Balm. Over the top, he finds Andrew Jarman. Takes a bounce. Once more, he just held back on that kick looking for Maynard, and that was beautifully dispatched. Well, I'd like to be a forward for Norwood this year. The run-on players that they have in their side, they'll be given plenty of opportunities. It's a nice-looking kick from Maynard. Didn't quite make the distance. That's been forced over the line. And Norwood move on to 1 goal, 6, 12 points, trailing West at 3-1-19. In fact, that hit the point post, so no score whatsoever.
Andrew Jarman may well end up the recruit of the year at the end of the season. There's a free, an infringement in ruck. It's against Maynard. From defence. Even. The outer side. Underneath that one, Milsamore juggled the mark. Or did he? Play on's the call. The umpire's allowed play to flow. Andriski to half forward. Vilke, in fact, it was. Another free kick. Lester Ross with the free. Quite right, Kim, in what you say about the Redlegs run-on players. Thomas, Rowe, Jarman, McIntosh, Staritsky. They have an abundance of talent, and Vardaninger's back from a couple of seasons away. Staritsky to McIntosh is good play. Pike chips in with the high kick. Not much distance in that. Oh, but sitting underneath it, David Payne, and how could we have forgotten him? Jarman. Oh, they have a wealth of small men towards the point of the square. Weeding was infringed. Play on's the call as it rebounds out the back door, and Ward will clear for the Westies.
Towards the half-back line, McKinnon comes to meet the ball. The sit goes against. McKinnon's a little unlucky. He's given away a free kick just as O'Day was off with the ball. It is Malloy who, yes, he's letting him play to advantage. I thought he hadn't come back and taken his kick across the mark, which most umpires would have pinged. David Payne with a footy at centre of the ground. Can't get the kick away of any direction at all. Vardaninger straightens up, sends it in towards goal. Touch and go. They all fly off the fingers. It'll go through for a point. And Norwood can't take a trick. They've kicked a goal from points. 1-6 to 3-1. 11 minutes into the second quarter.
Milbaum. A few worries at the moment. Plenty of time, though. We're only 10.5 minutes into the second term. Ward with the football, gets good depth with his 6th kick. Gribble couldn't take the mark. He's in there with another opportunity, though. He works pretty hard. It's the second time we've had a look at this lad. Former Geelong player, Geelong reserves player. And he moves around pretty well. Goes all right.
I'm just trying to work out where he's playing. He's been marked to play at centre, but geez, had most of his kicks in the back pocket or thereabouts.
Yeah, I was having a look earlier, Daisy. I was trying to see whether he's picking up McIntosh or not, but they've been fairly wide of each other. Fitzsimmons, very good on the ground, gets a sweeping handball out wide. Oh, that's well smothered off the boot by Zealand. Now an opportunity as Payne tries to get rid of that. He was tackled high and will receive a free kick.
Payne with kick number 8 goes towards centre half forward. Pascoe couldn't control it. McKinnon really has mopped up well across half back this evening. The kick is short and sharp. Porter at centre half forward couldn't juggle a 2-grabber. Oh, Balm through strongly. Jarman, McIntosh, you'll see that it'll be a bit Daisy like Bold Lily Court Marsh. It will be McIntosh to Jarman.
Well, I tell you what, that last handball, someone was about to be bowled, was David Payne, and he could have finished up in the RAH the way it was sent out to him. He was open for all money, but the West Adelaide player mercifully let him off as Ross sends the ball into attack. Farm back. Here's a chance for them to clear through Ravisi. West Adelaide go out wide. Well taken out there by Milsom. Fitzsimmons, he's going to bolt through the half-forward line. Goss wants it. He's going to give out a handball. Tony Filkey, good football, ought to be a goal. Filkey shoots, umpire says home. West Adelaide have got their 4th on the ball.
Yeah, that was tremendous play by Fitzsimmons, but there would have been some worrying moments in the West Adelaide camp. Fitzsimmons has a tendency to hold on to the ball for a little too long. It appeared that he may have ran into trouble there, but he could see Filkey by himself. The handball was well executed, and there's no way Tony Filkey should miss from there, and he didn't.
13-point margin to West Adelaide, sweeping all before them this evening. Can they hold on? There's a long way to go. 13 minutes gone into the second term. You have 4 goals, 1 on the board. The Redlegs 1 goal, 6. Baum got the tap down. Rowe couldn't pick up the crumbs. Finally, it's left to McIntosh, who pushes the ball forward. Now Zealand short. Pascoe couldn't control. In fact, it was Muster. McKinnon again mops up from defence. Lachlan Ross, watch him go. Still gets away with the kick, but unfortunately it's picked off. Malloy cleverly inboard. McIntosh, watch him drive directly to Maynard. Maynard sits underneath it. Weeding endeavoured to shepherd the West Adelaide defender in Patterson out, but it's Ebert to Ravisi on the left boot, and wider still it goes. Milsom spoiled by Pike. Wilson good enough to pick up the crumbs. Now it goes forward. Porter unable to control the bounce of the ball. Baum blasts one forward. Into space, kick number 6. Oh, David Payne's at half pace trying to pick up that ball. Paid the penalty as he was thrown to the ground. Thomas over the top of it. Dropped the ball, but the umpire indicated he was hit high. Jarman, short, grubbered it. Vardaniga threw out the handball over the top of that. Malloy, can he get clear? He can't. Finally, the ball goes to ground, and umpire Argent will call a bounce.
David, you talked about David Payne running half pace. I think he's still a very groggy young fellow. He got collected or half collected in the middle of the ground, and he looks to be, he's down on his uppers right now, and he can't move well at all. At the bounce, Gribble goes up, can't get it. Ravisi can, runs into a corner, can't get out of that. McIntosh barges his way through. Rowe slips it back. Jarman out wide. Pike a chance. Pike sets it up now. Geez, going for home with a long one. Getting back on it now. Looking for the ball desperately is Maynard, but it's just off long. And that would have made the distance comfortably had Pike shot accurately. 1-7 the legs, failing in front of the sticks. 4-1 West Adelaide.
Paul Patterson kicks to the outer side. Sitting himself there is Barlow. Oh, there's a big mark taken over the top. David Payne. Barlow with the football. So Porter punches that out towards the boundary line. 15 minutes into the second term. West Adelaide 4-1-25. Norwood 1-7-13. Craig Baum with an interesting haircut. Ward from behind. Baum won the tap though, straight down towards Andrew Jarman. Puts it up high. Punched away by McKinnon, but there's no one at the front of the pack, and the crumbs have been taken by Zealand. Zealand swings that ball back. Vardaniga has plenty of space to work in. The handball quickly goes back towards Staritsky. He's in trouble. Back to Zealand. Kicks it out wide. He sees a loose man out there. Players set themselves, or the mark not taken by Ducker. Play on the cool. His handball up high. Out towards Payne. Payne lines up the goals, and I think that's been touched. No, it hasn't. It's a goal.
Well, it's taken him a long time to get it, or Norwood a long time to get it. There was a lot of handballing. They were retreating. Went from Ducker back further, but finally David Payne from an acute angle just snuck it through the goals, and it's taken them till 16 minutes into this second quarter to get a goal at the northern end. 2-7 to 4-1 they trail.
Ward underneath that one, still won the tap though, goes down towards Gribble, has support out wide. That looks like Ravisi out there, caught on the left boot. The wobbly kick, but it finds Ross, Lachlan Ross. Exciting youngster, kick number 3. Oh, it's a beautiful pass too. And that's taken quite easily on the chest by Brooke Fogden. Well, he kicked into the man on the mark. Opportunity though for Goss, Soccer's off the ground, and they've got another one. Fortune favours the brave.
You're not wrong, Kim. I wouldn't be surprised if Goss has been moved to full forward. I don't know what he was doing back there, although he's running back out to say thank you to Lachlan Ross. But, gee, it was a comedy of errors. When Fogden kicked into the man, it was anybody's guess. And then the Norwood player missed it, and Goss couldn't believe his luck as he socked off the ground. It only just made the distance then. But West can do no wrong at the moment. 5-1 plays 2-7.
Ward once more, post to Baum. No one really won that tap. In there is Rowe working hard. At the bottom of the pack is Fitzsimmons. In a dead heat situation. Well, the player wants to let go of the ball. And, oh, the free kick has gone to Macca, and, gee, that was soft. 3 kicks and 9 handballs to McIntosh. Not a bad-looking kick. And the mark's been taken by Ducker. Ebert was pushed out of it. Short pass finds Staritsky. And that's something McIntosh should do a lot more, and that's kick long, in my humble opinion, Ian.
Agree, Kim. He can kick the ball long and far, and he kicks it accurately, but he elects to handball, and you just wonder whether he's got some sort of phobia about being just a little bit too slow, and so he tries to get the ball on quickly by hand rather than foot. But I agree with you entirely. Kick from Staritsky is home for all money. Norwood fight back. Staritsky boots his first, and the legs trail 3-7 to 5-1 on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
So the Norwood side finally getting a little bit of system into their game with 3 good passes there, and Staritsky reading the play extremely well to be on the end of that. Great player, Justin Staritsky. A very high work rate. 31 plays 25.
Gee, Barnes swung some moves. I don't know where Maynard is. He might be... no, he's not a full forward, but anyway, we'll go follow the play for the moment. The ball goes up towards Porter. He got a bad bounce initially. He's still in with a chance. Back to Ravisi. Ravisi unloads the ball in a hurry. Fitzsimmons will need support from there. Coming in quickly now was Milson. The handball was wild. Muster. Back now to Thomas. Drives to the half-forward line. Dropped a sitter, did Barlow, but tries to make amends for it. Through goes Zealand. I think it's Zealand gone to centre-half forward from centre-half back is the one that I'm looking for. Jarman hit someone on the lolly with a football as Ebert goes further afield and finds Milson. Milson will come across to Fitzsimmons. Loose checking. They've got on the half-forward line Randall Bennett if they want him. That's the way the ball will travel and in. Randall Bennett will go back in field again. Here's a chance. Good pass. And he's found Sean Blythe, only about 30 metres out right in front. Well, the leg defence got caught wanting then. They were definitely loose. West Adelaide had players running through their half-back line willy-nilly. As a consequence, Blythe from 35 metres out shouldn't miss. The nice-looking kick he doesn't miss, and the West Adelaide side kick away again. They lead 6-3, or 6-1 correction to 3-7, 20 minutes plus gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was so much the red leg defence on that occasion, Ian. It appeared to be the Norwood run-on players, and in fact some of their forwards who didn't follow a few players down the ground, but there was certainly loose men everywhere, and a lot of Norwood players caught out of position. But we saw Blythe in defence last week. He's a pretty tough customer, and he's quite capable in front of the big uprights. 25 plays 37, so West Adelaide finding the answers when Norwood popped the question. McIntosh tries to get it out. Couldn't do so. Oh, clever work by Goss, but he tried too much, but he managed to get the kick away. Still good football. Now crashing his way through. The handball goes back towards Lester Ross. In turn, out there is Malloy, it appeared to be. Could have been Muster, in fact. Now Staritsky puts it down a long way. Ducker in there. The handball goes out wide. There's the siren to end the first half here at Football Park. West Adelaide leading on 6 goals, 1, 37. Norwood 3-7, 25. Did I leave my run down over there? I got the makeup on. I think I did. Going up.
Check this on, Kit. Just have a listen.
Nice. If I could have built on.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Friday night live football, round 3 of the Foundation Cup tonight. Terrific. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Friday night live football, round 3 of the Foundation Cup. 2 games on the program tonight. West Adelaide playing Norwood. That game is presently underway, and the second game should be a beauty. The Eagles taking on the Tigers. We're almost 4 minutes into the third quarter. Maxie, old son. Almost good, mate. Fantastic. Thanks, mate. Almost 4 minutes into the third quarter. Good news for the Blood supporters. You beauty. Westies 4-5, lead Norwood 1 point. All finished, boys? Yeah, here you, mate. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Sorry, mate. Yeah. All right, mate.
About it.
Bruce Winter.
Yeah, here. How are you, son? You're down, Legend. I'm worried about you. No, you're down. What's the problem, Legend? No, there's a house. Legend, what's happening? You get pissed again.
Yes. Just take these off the bike.
Legend's down.
No way, it's down.
What happened?
What's football?
Second.
Not on the open here.
I think just to say.
Undefeated.
Defeated 2 games. West Adelaide down 2 games. Things are looking good for West Adelaide.
Okay, Norwood undefeated. So you win the game.
I reckon.
Yeah, I think I haven't heard any different. What time we're in tonight? 20 seconds late.
Drop the ID.
Yeah, the fingers not as good.
How are you there? Right. Up here, I have earpieces, not a problem. I have an ECM that's not labelled hanging over the back of the chair. Which number's that?
What were you saying last week, Ken?
One. That is one then, is it? Well, we'll assume that that's one at this stage. Well, I got it manned. How's that?
That's one.
Okay, righto. I guess I've got to find a 2 now. What's that one? 3. 2, bingo. Does this get shifted around? Does it?
Where's John Hall?
Opening credits with you. Tonight's games are Western Norwood and Melbourne Stars. Read the score, trading yes, obviously. Yep.
How long here, mate?
Long here?
Yeah.
It's alright. Try and make it a bit more obvious. There you go. Just stick that in so it's comfortable.
Beautiful.
Move this around a little bit. Loud enough? Going all right?
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Friday Night Live football. Round 3 of the Foundation Cup. Tonight's two games. Tonight's games. West Adelaide playing Norwood in the early game. That's presently underway, and the late game should be a beauty. The Eagles taking on the Tigers. It's a beautiful night here at Football Park, and the crowd building up. Okay, let's take you to our first game between West Adelaide and Norwood. Norwood undefeated so far. They've won their 2 games. The Bloods yet to win a game. Thanks, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Friday Night Live football. Round 3 of the Foundation Cup. Games tonight, West Adelaide playing Norwood. That game is presently underway, and the second game should be a beauty. The Eagles taking on the Tigers. It's a magnificent night here at Football Park, rather a balmy night. Let's take you to our first game, West Adelaide versus Norwood. Norwood undefeated, West Adelaide yet to win the game. Your commentators are Kim Dillon, Graham Campbell and Ian Day.
Oh, he's had $1 million and he's had a chat, so beautiful condition. When he signed off and he's given some better players, he didn't get the scores.
How are you, son?
Yeah, not bad, shoes.
New shoes?
Oh, no, I got them for a while.
Where are they from?
Adelaide, made a raid to the other way.
Hey?
I'm still on the, I've still got a contract with Adelaide.
Yeah, nice.
Buying those actually, they are. What size is that? 11s. I don't want to cricket the other day.
They're very nice.
Yeah, it's a little straight up the shack after.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the week.
It'll be nice. Be lovely. Do you want me to leave him after the game? Good idea. We need to get away. Last week was a big weekend, wasn't it? She's all work. Yeah, hang in there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mate, I went through the same thing. I had someone home after now I'm 50 and I had someone to pay me tax before.
I mean, I'll tell you what, this is a breeze after that.
What are we doing?
Nice
What?
It's actually the commentary. And they've got all these events on this bang.
What you working trackside?
Yeah, I actually commentate.
Oh.
And I called Jackson as well. Actually, it's beautiful.
Sorry.
What they did, Channel 10, because they should live because the news goes to 7.
Yeah.
They actually had a 100-metre race with Tim Jackson, Shane Naylor and Stephen Baines
Yeah.
at 7. So they put a microphone there to take a call. They're off. And this this Naylor's lead. Everyone expected Jackson to win, and Naylor's leading, and then Jackson fighting it
Beautiful. All right, mate. No, is my hair right?
No. Front, so...
Can I just have a brush, please? Can they face me up on screen? They can't, can they?
It's okay.
West Adelaide lead by 12 points as we commence the second half. And this is the first game, the third round of the Foundation Cup. That's line ball. Rowe takes it off the fingers. Can't get it out. Arms and legs in there everywhere, and the umpire will come and ball it up almost back in the centre circle. West got the jump on Norwood and led by 10 points at quarter time, and they've managed to eke out their lead to 12 points. It's Fitzsimmons who gets the free kick, drives in long up towards the half-forward line. Gribble, fine mark. Gee, this lad's going to be a good player for West Adelaide this year. Knows how to find the football, puts out the pass short, and he in turn is... A goal to West Adelaide here would make Norwood's job that much harder. They've had 10 scoring shots to 7 and trail by 12 points. Tony Felke just checking what David Payne is saying at his rear there. Shouldn't miss this one. Well, that's well offline. It's coming back a little bit, but it doesn't come back enough. A point only to the West Adelaide Rover. Takes them on now to 6-2. The legs are 3-7.
And straight kicking certainly has been West Adelaide's forte tonight. 6 goals from 8 shots is testimony to that. And of course, Norwood, uncharacteristically, 3 goals, 7 from their 10 shots.
It's the game taking a similar pattern to last week. Port Adelaide were in a similar position. They fought back well. Let's see if the legs can do the same. They're into attack now through McIntosh, Maynard, then eventually out towards Thomas. Puts it up high. Oh, good work there by Zealand, actually, to get a hand to that ball. Zimmerman. Muster intercepted there by Thomas. Now Bennett. But a free kick's been picked out, and it will go the way of Fitzsimmons. Short pass out towards O'Donoghue. Well, he was thinking about what he'd do with the football before he actually took possession. This could be very costly. Great tackle there. Now in towards the goal is Malloy, and he's kicked it. What an awful mistake by O'Donoghue.
You can mark that goal down to Justin Savitsky. It was a great tackle. O'Donoghue short. He decided to take off before he actually had possession of the ball, but Savitsky put the pressure on him, forced the tackle, the ball jumped out of his hands, and young Malloy picked up the ball from his half-forward line position and popped it through. Top goal to Malloy, and Norwood now 7 points behind West Adelaide.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Nine's Wide World of Sports and our coverage of Friday Night Live football. Round 3 of the Foundation Cup, the 2 games on the program tonight. West Adelaide playing Norwood. That game is presently underway. And the late game, it should be a beauty. the Tigers taking on the Eagles. It's a beautiful night here at Football Park, a lovely night for football. The first game is West Adelaide playing Norwood. Norwood undefeated, West Adelaide yet to win a game. We're 4 minutes into the third quarter. The score, West Adelaide 6-2, Norwood 4-7. Let's now take you to your commentators, Graham Campbell, Kim Dillon and Ian Day.
Sawicki on the outer side of the ground, boots the ball up towards centre wing. Dribble in, quickly taken by Zimmerman towards the line. The ball goes out of play. Yes, Ken, West Adelaide led by 10 points at quarter time, eked out their lead to 12 at half time, and really speaking, they've played very well, except Norwood, of course, have been inaccurate. Ross gets it back to Thomas, up towards centre field. Barlow in the middle of the action. Bumped away. Fitzsimmons for West Adelaide. Drives long into the pocket, but that's going out. Or no, it lobbed on the line. Right on the white line, and of course that means the ball will be put back into play by the boundary umpire.
And Ian, this game is following the trend of most Foundation Cup games where the side less favoured to win usually holds the whip hand early. And West Adelaide enjoying an 8-point lead at this point in time.
Craig Barham to do the ruck work against Fogden. The ball goes down there. Blythe looking for a free kick. In there solidly is Porter. The handball goes back out towards Ross and turn to Rowe. Rowe's handball out towards Jarman. Jarman's been very deft with his touch tonight. Now the ball in turn is put out wide. Pike with an opportunity. Handballs to himself. It's a one-on-one battle out there, but it's good backing up by Rowe. Now he puts a nice penetrating kick and he finds the waiting arms of Zeeland. Zeeland started at centre-half back. He's now at centre-half forward looking for Ducker. Oh, held his ground well. They have the numbers. Weeding over the top. In turn out towards Malloy. He kicked the last goal for the legs. Thomas held back. Great vision to find McIntosh. That was perfect football by Keith Thomas.
Yes, and Gary McIntosh has sneaked down from his centre position. I imagine he's still playing in the middle. And as he often does, materialises virtually in the forward line to be a target for players upfield. He's had 4 kicks and 12 hand passes tonight, has Macca, and shooting for his first goal.
Let's see if he kicks it. No problems from there. He's normally pretty accurate. And Norwood move on to 5-7.
Yes, as I said, Macca's first goal for the night. He's not a prolific goal kicker, as we know from previous seasons of this famous player. There he is standing his ground well. And like most centre men, likes having a shot for a goal, given half a chance, and he was given that chance by an unerring pass. It's found him, and Norwood kicked their 5th goal for the night. Only 2 points behind now.
Norwood started with Zeeland at centre-half back. They had Maynard in a pocket and Pascoe at centre-half forward, but there's many moves there, and we'll pick them up for you as the night progresses. Craig Ward gets up high and gets the tap away. Blythe can't get it out. Has another go. In they go hard. Well played there by David Payne. Thought about a handball. Gives it out to Thomas. The legs into attack again. O'Donoghue over the top. Off the fingers. Zeeland goes this way, that away. Barnes it out. Ravisi intercepts. A chance for Barlow to clear. Intercepted beautifully. Ducker. Back to Payne. Payne needs support. Doesn't know which way to go. Puts it out to Macca. Macca tries to crash his way through. Malloy, he's in trouble as well. Gets out of it the first time. Kick away. But it's all West Adelaide, and Ebert ought to take the defensive mark.
He's mopped up pretty well, Craig Ebert, back there in the last line of defence quite often tonight. Done a sterling job.
Kick number 5 for Ebert, out wide, and finds O'Donoghue, who was involved in an awful mistake only moments ago, which cost a goal. His side a goal anyway. And Norwood capitalise. The ball out towards Porter. Porter on the left boot. Gets good distance with that kick. Players up early, but reading it the better was Craig Barham. 7 kicks and 7 handballs, so the big chap's been in the thick of action. And the mark's been taken by Maynard. His handball and turn to Sawicki, who appears to be playing in the middle. McIntosh ruck roving with Jarman at this stage, we think, but could be 4 centremen virtually. Jarman couldn't take it. 2 against 1. He touched the ball forward. No support, though. Milsom gets it out towards Gribble. In turn, he finds the new chap in Barlow. Barlow gets good distance to the outer side. Ogden was the target. Kim Nichols picks it up. He's playing in defence tonight. You normally see him up forward. Fitzsimmons, a clever handball over the top. Tony Filkey towards goal. He's offline. It's through for a point. West Adelaide move on to 6-4. Norwood 5-7.
Young King Nichols, he actually started in the bunker, and Barham has brought him on later in the game. Tanner went off with a very bad knock. He looked like he was concussed as he staggered off the ground, but the boy could walk. A bad blow for Neil Barham and the Norwood camp. the new chairman of selectors there, young Gallagher, Gags Gallagher. Big leap over the top. Well, that's a fine mark. There's Nichols in the action already as he comes onto the ground for his first run. As we mentioned, drives long towards the half-forward line. Out there in front was Zealand, couldn't get it out. Butters up again. The tackle looked a little high. Gets it back now to Rowe around the corner. The legs into attack up to the half-forward line. Beautifully read there by McKinnon as he weaves out of defence. Gets run down. Rowe in the action. Quickly now Barlow. He lost it. McKinnon lost. Barnett joins him this evening.
Approaching the 10-minute mark of the third term. The ball goes down there towards Malloy. He was tackled, picked up by Lachlan Ross. The handball is a wild one. Payne in there. And he receives a free kick for being held when not in possession.
Gary McIntosh definitely playing half-forward ruck rover now.
Payne now towards centre half-forward. Weeding sets himself. One grab, couldn't take it. In there crashing his way through with solid work by Paul Patterson. Now the ball loose out towards Porter, couldn't control it. Pike with an opportunity, should go over the top and does to find Nichols. He's been drafted by Geelong. That's a high tackle and a trip. A play on advantage, and it ends up with Jarman. Jarman with a long kick. The target is Rowe from behind, couldn't take it. Picked up nicely there by Patterson as he kicks towards the boundary, and we've got a blue on behind the game.
Paul Ravisi and David Payne have taken exception to one another, Kim. Quickly the other players in for a little bit of a dust-up. Nothing untoward. Umpire Mark Barnett sorts it all out. The ball out of play in the full forward right pocket. A throw in. The legs in attack. Ward at the bottom. Oh, Payne met heavily. He's going to get a free kick for a high tackle. I don't know what hit him, but it hit him hard. Gee, he's been in the wars this evening. He went down in a crumpled heap in the second quarter and got up groggy for some time, and he's not all that good at the moment. Let's have a look at it again. Looks like it might have been Robin McKinnon that took him down.
So I reckon it might have been Andrew Gribble when he was going through. I don't think he actually saw Payne, and they collided, and Payne obviously, as you can see, came off second best.
Quite happy about it. Oh, he couldn't get a kick away. He's given away to Macca. Macca in short on the lead as Ducker. He's going to have to work hard for the football, but it beats him out of play in the right forward pocket. Mark Ducker actually started in the bunker earlier in the evening, but Barn brought him into the play halfway through the second quarter.
Throw in right forward pocket at the southern end of Football Park. In there is Gribble working hard. So too is Donoghue. But Laurie Argent will bounce once more. And when we get an opportunity, we'll just look at the forward setup of this Norwood side. And Nilbahn might have some problems throughout the season. Mind you, they're problems that a lot of coaches would like to have. Once more, the ball goes to ground. Ward tried to tap it out. Fitzsimmons tackles McIntosh. And it's holding the ball. And Macca tried to crash his way through. He's not happy with Laurie at all, and he's let him know in no uncertain manner as West Adelaide go forward. There's big leap. Maynard couldn't take it. Milsom with the football, puts it up high. This game should come to life now. It's punched out into the open spaces. Back there working hard for Norwood. It's Prowse, the full back. Now it's Ross. A solid work. Payne's back into the action again. Geez, he's taken everything but the grandstand tonight. He's got up every time. Over the top there, a high tackle on Jarman, and he'll receive a free kick.
Play getting a little willing in the Foundation Cup. Phelan's running high. 26th possession for Jarman as he goes out to the outer side, and he finds out there a new player on, and that is Hosking. Hosking from the check side of the centre line. Kicks long. Out wide, Ducker on the lead, well put. Thumped away by Ebert. Staritsky. That's centre wing on his lonesome. Hosking's in short. Whips out a handball. Oh, that's put him under pressure. The kid lost it. Ebert back in defence. Ducker takes care of him. Now Thomas into the action, but he takes the ball out of play. West is 6-4, Norwood 5-7, 13 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, and going back to that incident with Gary McIntosh, he is so incensed he took out his mouth guard to voice out his opinion to the umpire. The fact of life is he lost his mouth guard, had to pick it up off the oval to put it back into his mouth. And when you start throwing your mouth guards around, it doesn't help you at all.
No, it just means that when you put it back, you get a mouthful of grass in the old gob. And I can speak from experience. I did it once myself. And I used to think people were stupid doing that, but you can get pretty frustrated out there, and Macca was. The ball goes forward from Blythe and once more goes over the boundary line. And if we can get back to that forward situation for Norwood, at the moment they have a wealth of talent up there. James Weeding, I've got a very high opinion of. He's a very talented footballer that struggled with injury. course, you throw in Maynard, you've got Ducker out there. Doug Smart's injured at the moment. And then you throw in Pascoe as well, and all of a sudden there's a wealth of talent up forward for Norwood, and that's something they haven't had since Neville Roberts retired.
And Kim, they're playing Andrew Zealand in the forward line at one stage of the business too, a centre-half forward.
Maynard comes out of defence with the football, rides the bump well, gets it away now to Ross. He's lost it, Norwood. Coming in is Zimmerman, puts out the handball. Oh! Got coat hanger, down he goes in his crumpled heap. Players running from everywhere. Let's have a look at it. Well, the tackle from Bennett was high. Down went Maynard in a heap. He looks to be in pain. Now he's getting up now as the players come in. Kim, that would have hurt.
Yes, it was certainly a high tackle, but I don't think it was the tackle that did the damage. When he actually came to ground, he lost his feet and he landed. Let's have a look at this. He lands right on his head, and that's why the boy's in a lot of trouble. Look at that.
It was a very injudicious tackle, Kim, and, you know, he's got to be penalised for that, obviously, but unfortunately, no 50-metre penalty can be applied.
Norwood into attack again through Damien Prowse, up towards the half-forward line. A lot of pushing and shoving there. Free kick. It's going the way of Malloy, is it? Let's have a look. Go Zealand it is, Andrew Zealand. The former Sturt player has won a kick 35-40 metres out in front. Pascoe on and his basin cut off. A nice kicks into the man, the Cardinals in again. 15 metres. He's got to give 15 metres. Well, that will take him onto the 15th green of the Grange Golf Club. So he's going right up to the edge. In fact, he could not possibly miss from there if he broke a leg. Well, there you are. That will pay you to come over the mark. Andrew Zealand's very happy about it. Paul Patterson is not. Umpire Mark Barnett just explaining what it was all about. And that's Norwood's 6th goal.
Let's have a look at that once more.
That was the mark, Kim, but what happened, they dragged the West Adelaide offender on the mark 50 metres, and it's got to be 50. There can't be a sort of a lessening of the penalty. It's 50 or nothing. And so players have just got to be super careful not to jump over the mark or crib over the mark, otherwise they suffer that penalty.
Centre field once more, and the legs have hit the front for the first time tonight. They now lead by 3 points, and this will really test the mettle of the Bloods if they can hang in there, because it's going to be pretty torrid from now on. We're at the 17-minute mark of this third term, and Lester Ross has the football as he spears it out to the open spaces. First man there will be Fitzsimmons. He's a clever footballer, and but he didn't do that too cleverly. Mind you, he didn't have a lot of options.
And the other option, Kim, was over the top to nobody, so he elected to go for the boundary, and it's a very clever way of, I guess, not losing possession. Well, he lost possession, but not giving it to the opposition.
Totally snookered. 6-7 to 6-4. The tap comes down. McIntosh concedes back to Ross. Hooks around the corner high. Tumble punt kick going in towards the pocket. Thump clear. Here's a chance now for Malloy. Whips it out way more in hope than anything. Zealand with a chance. That's a better one to Jarman. Now Payne, he'll have to unload it to Pike. No, he does it beautifully. No one clapped a hand on him as he drives in long up towards Ducker. At the back, it's Weeding. Weeding gets it out wide. Now Rowe. The handball went behind him. He had to go back and get it. He'll butter up again. McIntosh went without the football. They butter up once more in the pocket. Gee, this is untidy football. Ducker gives it out. Zealand's got nowhere to go. Now it's Duritzky. They've mucked around with it. He shoots for goal with a check side, and they miss on the right side. Yes, they just get a point. Untidy football by the legs.
It was, and very uncharacteristic, as I said before, of Norwood, who are a side that have a set game plan going into attack. They usually centre the ball on the edge of the square court on an angle. On that occasion, Justin Sturitzky chose to shoot, which I'm sure Neil Barn won't be happy about, because there was a no-win situation there.
Patterson kicks towards the grandstand side. Jarman from behind. Man in the front was Gribble, who recovered the better of the two to get that ball out towards Porter. In turn, his kick is long. Opportunity for Maynard as he taps that towards the boundary line. Number 38 is Lesapati. Front position there was Ward. Won the tap, went down to Maynard though. In turn, back towards Zimmerman. Picked out a free kick. And it will go the way of Lachlan Ross by the look of it. And Lester Ross isn't all that happy.
I thought he was going the other way, to be honest. You know, Kim, I thought that Ross had been offending then.
Kick up towards full forward has been well taken there by West Adelaide's Peter Hawthorn, and he'll have a shot for goal about 35-40 metres down out.
He's a new chum playing his first game tonight, Ian, so logically, if he kicks this goal, it will be his first goal in senior football.
Norwood 4 points in advance. Hawthorn only about 35 metres out. He appears to have got it. West Adelaide hit the front.
Yes, Peter Hawthorn, as somebody else already suggested to me, a Dermot Brereton lookalike. And I guess the hair does fail on the breeze a little, like Dermot. And yes, well, as Kim Dillon says, Dermot's got short hair now, but the old Dermot Brereton, which we all sort of recall from previous years. And Hawthorn, nice mark, nice goal. You can't do much better than that for a kid playing in his first league game.
West Adelaide back in front by 2 points at the 20-minute mark of the third term, courtesy of a nice goal to Peter Hawthorn, which was courtesy of a free kick to Lachlan Ross against Lester Ross. Laurie Argent with the football. Pascoe opposed to Ward. Ward wins the tap. It goes up high. The handball out, searching there for Ward once more. In turn, Ross has the football, goes out towards Staritsky. Staritsky around his body. Stephen Rowe with an opportunity, couldn't take it, and that ball works its way over the line, just in front of Schumann. Have a throw in on the half-forward flank.
I've got to say, Kim, I'm impressed with West Adelaide's work rate tonight. One would have thought getting beaten by South Adelaide last Saturday, their stocks would be a bit low, but they're certainly putting everything into this game, and it's a good match to watch.
Into time on. Ward comes over the top. Barlow gets his umpteenth kick away up towards the half-forward line. Maynard does it well. That's a great tackle. Brilliantly done. There's a putty, the recipient of the kick, put on a beautiful tackle on Maynard. He'll send the Bloods into attack from centre field. High, up towards the half-forward line. But in defence, a fine mark has been taken there by Pascoe. Pascoe at centre half back. Actually started at centre half forward, then went to the bunker. And he's come back on, and I think he's probably rucking. Ducker under pressure. O'Day for West Adelaide. Chips out a pass into the pocket. Well put, Goss. He's about 45, 50 out. Might be stretching things a bit to make the distance from there, but he's going to have a shot. Goss started at centre half forward, has been moved to full forward. About a 45-degree angle. West in front by 2 points. Goss already's booted one goal. Gee, that's a long kick. It's well offline, however. In fact, it's out on the full, and the free kick will go to Prowse in defence.
Prowse wearing number 25 this season. Oh, there's a mark to Lachlan Ross. He indicates straight away he's going long.
I like this boy, Kim. He's really got it all.
Yes, I mentioned a few weeks ago, I was informed about this lad halfway through last year. Lachlan Ross, and I think he has an older brother called Paul.
He just plays like a veteran now. He just swaggers onto the field and does the hard thing very easily.
That was a hard thing to do then, to kick a goal from there, and he wasn't quite up to that. Point on the board. West Adelaide move along to 7-5, leading Norwood 6 goals 8.
Unbelievable night here at Football Park as the sun sets. It's a beautiful scene. McIntosh breaks his way clear, drives the legs towards centre wing. Well, using his body well up there was Nichols, but lost the football. Goss in, Randall Bennett, high tackled by Staritsky. Bennett takes the free kick. Into time on by some 2 minutes. West Adelaide by 3 points. Kicks in high to the half-forward line. Big leap over the top there by Hawthorn. Ross back in defence. Les a putty over the top, and the umpire's going to give a free kick to the Norwood defending player for a push in the back. Lester Ross Jr. from centre half-back.
Kick number 8 goes to the outer side. The target was Zealand from behind. He couldn't control the football. Porter out there, so too is Kim Nichols. He loses his footing, picked up by Goss, uses his strength. The handball goes back towards Gribble. West Adelaide into attack once more, so they're fighting back well, the Bloods. And he's found Ross once more. Now the youngster has Blythe down there, but he goes short and finds Filkey, and that's intelligent football.
Certainly was, Kim. Caught on his wrong foot because he chose to turn onto his left. No rows at all for Lachlan Ross. Just prodded it across, and Tony Filkey was waiting for the unerring kick, which he's taken, and will now shoot for his second goal of the game.
Kick number 7 from about 35-40 metres out, but he's dragged it across his body, and that could be costly. West Adelaide move on to 7-6, and they're fast catching Norwood in the inaccuracy stakes.
And that was a gimme then, Kimmy. Just shouldn't have missed that, Tony Filkey, really. It wasn't good enough.
Norwood employ the huddle. It could have told against them. Well taken by Pascoe, centimetres inside the line as he foots it back towards centre wing. Barlow couldn't quite make it, and the ball goes out of play. 7-6 to 6-8. Thrown at centre wing. It's very close to three-quarter time in the Foundation Cup. West Adelaide by 4 points now. At the throw-in, Ward gets the thump away, a big thump. Ross comes to meet it well. Flips it out, looking for Pike. Pike's under pressure from Filkey. Hayne gave it back to Malloy, who hooks around the corner. No, that was not Malloy, that was Hosking, the new player on. Barlow has played well, drives the Bloods into attack, up towards full forward. Hawthorn comes to meet the footy, can't quite get there. And cleaning up well and doing it on the bit was Zealand as he fires the ball back to the half-back line, and Hosking takes the mark.
The new boy gets it over towards Andrew Jarman, who lays back on that kick, searching for Ducker. It was beautifully dispatched, but Ducker couldn't quite control it. In there is McKinnon. He's got a nice tan this summer. A very fit bloke, McKinnon. Lachlan Ross went too quick then. He's back in there working hard, but well done by Kim Nichols. He took on 2 and won the contest. And that was certainly an opportunity for West Adelaide that they didn't take advantage of. Now it's back towards Thomas, Ducker, as the siren sounds to end a interesting third term, which sees West Adelaide just in front.
It sure was a very tight quarter, Kim. The lead seesawed towards the end of the term, but nonetheless, Norwood outscored Westies that quarter, 3-1, but still are down by some 4 points.
At three-quarter time in the Foundation Cup, West Adelaide 7-6, lead the legs 6-8.
Welcome back to Footy Park at three-quarter time. It's West Adelaide in front by 4 points. The Bloods 7 goals, 6-48. Lead the legs 6 goals, 8-44. Good performance there by West Adelaide. The main goal kickers, all signals there to West Adelaide, and likewise Norwood. Well, David Mackay, just looking at West Adelaide, they've surprised Norwood with their work rate and their aggression tonight.
Well, KG, Norwood shouldn't be surprised. You might just cast your mind back a couple of weeks when they played Glenelg here in the opening round of the Foundation Cup. They really pushed the Tigers, and it didn't surprise me that they came out and played in the fashion they did, although I must admit I've expected better things from the Redlegs.
Actually, David, one exciting player for the Bloods. We've seen him on 2 occasions now. Young Lachlan Ross, he's an exciting player, isn't he?
Well, I mentioned in the opening commentary the magician in the making, and I think that still stands true. He's only 16 years of age. He comes down from Alice Springs. It's a big transition from country football to SANFL League, and he really has done it well. Every time he gets the ball, he reminds me a little bit of Gilbert McAdam. Just in the way he moves, he pushes the ball forward around, he's got plenty of pace. He's going to be an exciting player, providing we can keep him in South Australia, of course.
And also, David, another exciting player I think we'll see this year emerge for West Adelaide. He had a taste last year, is young Tony Filkey.
No doubt about that. Younger brother of Grantley, Magarey medalist. I'm not sure that he's perhaps in the same class as Grantley, just in terms of his pace, but he reads the ball so very well. He moves around. He's got an aggressive little body. He's only a small man, but unlike Grantley, I don't think he has that enormous burst of speed.
DB, I've been intrigued tonight watching the game. It's Gary McIntosh to Jarman, Jarman to McIntosh. A lot of that this year.
Well, we made the comment during the commentary. Court Marsh Bowl Lily was a great cricket turn. I think this year it's going to be Jarman, McIntosh back to Jarman, McIntosh to Jarman. They look for each other. They're doing it already. And if it's this obvious this early in the season, maybe it's something that Neil Baum has to look at, because there are other players in the team. But, by gee, they've got some good small men, the Redlegs. And the other thing about it is that that's going to bring their big men. Have a look at their setup up forward, KG. They've got blokes like Pascoe. Ducker is really unable to force himself into this side.
James Weeding.
Weeding is a terrific player. They're playing Maynard there, or they gave him a go early in this game in the first half before we went to air. And, of course, they've got guys like Zealand that can just come in as a pinch hit. And where's John Hall?
Well, exactly. He's playing in the twos at the moment, but I think it'll be a long, long time since we've seen Norwood so strong up forward. They struggled there last year, but I think now from Neil Barham's point of view, David, is just finding the right combination.
I think you did right, but you've got to ask the question. St Kilda offered $200,000 as a package to get John Hall, and he's playing with Norwood's reserves. They've just given the DCM to Mark Buckley during the week. Barmy has a new air out at the parade. I think he's in a much more ruthless frame of mind. Even talking in the room now, he's normally very relaxed. Today, a little tense, a little uptight. I think he really, really does mean business this year.
Thanks, David. I'm sure he does mean business. Let's take you to your commentator, Ian Day.
West Adelaide by 4 points. As umpire Mark Barnett holds the ball aloft to get the final quarter underway. Is it going to be a boil over? West Adelaide yet to win a game in the Foundation Cup against the Legs, who are undefeated. Barm back on the turf, hooks it into attack, up towards Ducker on the half-forward line, couldn't get the half volley. Quickly in there's Malloy, lost it to McKinnon. He did it well, as he can't find the handle, or can he? Gets it out now. Ravisi has got some toe if he can get clear, but he can't. Fitzsimmons, as West go into attack with a tumble punt, half-forward line. It's taken there by O'Day. O'Day is between wing and half-forward as he puts it up now, looking for Hawthorn. Bumped away from that player, off the fingers, a chance now for Goss. Lost the football. Quickly in now is Hawthorn again. Taps it out, aerial ping-pong, back to Goss. Needs support, where is someone? Finds it back there. There's a putty. Fires one in towards goal. Little Lachlan Ross comes from behind, gets up over the top, brings it down. He's got the footy. Hooks, but can't hook. Clearly a free kick. Oh, it's going to Hawthorn, I think, for hanging on. Umpire Mark Barnett. Graham Campbell.
Oh, no doubt about it, Ian. He was definitely retarded. Young Ross made something out of nothing, and he came from behind with a little body that he's got and just threw himself into the fray, caused the spilling ball. Then Hawthorn, the new chum, Peter Hawthorn, got unfairly tackled.
Peter Hawthorn, the recruit from South Warrnambool, point blank range. It's his second kick. He's booted a goal with his first. That makes it 2 out of 2.
And West Adelaide can thank that man with the football. The whistle had already been blown, but Lachlan Ross, as we mentioned on a number of occasions, showing a lot of experience that far belies his age. And that was disciplined football to spoil from behind, and that allowed the ball to go to ground, and therefore Peter Hawthorn kicking that goal. In fact, his second goal for the game. So West Adelaide fighting on pretty strongly.
Bloods open up a 10-point lead. Ward gets up high. Hooked back by O'Day. Well done, Lesaputty. Ravisi. West into attack again onto the half-forward line. Fine mark by Zimmerman. Half-back flank. He out-positioned the youngster then and took a fine mark right on the half-back line. He edges the ball back towards centre wing. Big leap by Ward, not successful. Porter back. Hooks the ball out, but he hooks it straight out of bounds towards centre wing.
A lot of zest into the game tonight, West Adelaide have shown. I really can't believe it's the same side that I saw a couple of weeks ago. They did well against Glenelg, but died badly in the last quarter.
Yeah, there was no questioning their endeavour or their skill level against Glenelg. I think maybe the following week against South, apparently by all reports that game was fairly lacklustre. But tonight they're looking pretty sharp. Stephen Rowe, this time the handball, in towards Zealand, back towards Rowe. That beautiful sidestepping action that he does possess. The ball down towards Weeding, did some pushing there, and it's been allowed. And that was clever work by James Weeding. You see the push there to dislodge Paul Patterson. Patterson looks to the umpire, but the mark has been paid, and I'm tipping this lad will have a huge season. Kick number 5. He's kicked at 1-goal-1. And he's still on 1-goal-1. What an absolutely awful kick.
That's twice we've seen Kim. I mean, the other shot was a lot more difficult than that, but the last couple of shots from that side of the ground have gone out of bounds on the full. So maybe with a bit of a breeze down there.
Patterson. I don't think there's any breeze, Graham. That's. I don't think you can puff a candle out tonight. Craig Waters lost the football, looks a little disappointed.
I'm trying to get the player off the hook, Ian.
To get back. You always were a nice guy. Zealand high towards the half-forward line. Ducker in there, pushes out Ebert. Fitzsimmons back in defence for West Adelaide, but the ball goes out in the full forward right pocket. 8-6 to 6-8. Well, old Macca, Bone McDermott. A couple of champions in screen there, or 3 champions with Hodgie coming into it with Michael Ace.
Craig McDermott, or Chris McDermott I should say, about to have a knee operation tomorrow. And he should be okay though, just a bit of a trim of the cartilage. trouble over the last 2 weeks. Free kick to Stephen Rowe out in the forward pocket on the outer side. Not the best kick for goal. And he's looking to pass off. He's in an awkward position. Puts the ball up nicely, centres it. Oh, there's a mark being taken by Ducker, and oh, gee, that should have never happened. Good mark by Ducker.
He certainly wouldn't miss this, Kim. Mark Ducker.
Adam, did you see what the free was for in the first instance? I reckon he pinged Ravisi for going out of bounds deliberately.
In other words, not trying to keep the ball in play then. Yeah, perhaps you're right, because I didn't see anything untoward as far as tackling or anything.
Well, Ducker's an accurate kick. That's his second kick, and he kicked a goal.
Yes, well, Mark Ducker there, controlling the ball just, well, not just long enough. He certainly controlled the ball. It was a mark that only he contested really in the finality of it all. And he popped it through. Well, that's bread and butter stuff for Mark Ducker, that close to goal. Never misses those. He's a very important player of the Norwood setup, whether out of a forward pocket or as a full forward. And tonight he is playing out of that pocket. And once again chips in for the timely goal, which is his forte.
One straight kick, the difference in the Foundation Cup. West Adelaide by 4 points. Barham against Ward. In the end, it was Blythe who got the tap away. Barham was in that action. Quickly now it's Goss. Hooks it out wide. It's Gribble. He in turn finds Ravisi. Pike can't get there. Ravisi sends West. Hawthorn into attack. Can't quite get there. Going through with Zimmerman. Jarman. Rowe. Now Pike, back to Rowe on the double play as Norwood run the ball out of defence. Finds Thomas. Thomas kicks long, half forward line. A lot of leaping by Ducker there. Not successful, wants support. Back now to Payne. Payne sends it to the half forward line. Out steams Weeding. Getting back on it there was Barlow. Oh, the handball by Weeding to McIntosh wasn't good. And I think you'll find a free kick will go to Dean Schumann in the back pocket.
Yeah, too high, no question about that.
Schumann across the goal to find Bennett. Didn't take it cleanly. Uses good evasive action. Then he's pushed in the back, and he's lucky to get a free kick there. Good pressure being applied by Norwood. The Bloods try and play on along the boundary line. It goes straight to Andrew. Jarman picks it up cleanly, gives it back towards Ducker. Ducker with a short pass, and he finds Stephen Rowe. Payne talking to him all the time, letting him know he had space. The handball now goes to Maynard. It's a long kick towards goal, but the mark's been taken back there by Craig Ward.
They well denied Craig Ward, very strong player.
I'd agree with that. Ravisi whips out a long handball. McKinnon. West Adelaide a chance to run it out now. Sets it up for Ebert. Ebert off the half-back line. Makes 5 metres. Does it well. Escaped the grasp of the Norwood defender. Lachlan Ross up. Taps the ball down. But Barham comes out with a footy. Now Pike. Norwood half-back flank. Drives long. Up towards the half-forward line. Ward up again. Off the fingers. McIntosh wants support. Has to concede back to Payne. He's looking to set it up again. Out steams Weeding. He's got the football. Lost it. And it's Schumann now. Coming out with a football. Sixth kick goes long, half-forward line. Setting himself up there on the half-forward line was O'Day. Lost the footy as they go in hard for the ball. Maynard gets it out, but the umpires rule a throw, and West Adelaide get a free kick.
They go into attack once more, the Bloods, looking for Goss. Oh, he nearly took it on the chest. Back there is Thomas. Well done by Glenn Goss. He's looking for support. He handballs it straight to Staritsky, and that lets the Redlegs off the hook. Back towards Kim Nichols. Being drafted by Geelong, this youngster. He kicks it centre field. In there an opportunity. The handball came up quickly from Hosking. Out wide, Norwood have all the runners. There's loose men everywhere. Over the top towards Stephen Rowe. He has time to steady. Let's hope he doesn't overdo it. He has a bounce. The handball goes over the top to Ducker. And he still hasn't kicked the goal. And once again, Stephen Rowe just held on to the ball for too long.
Wow, would you believe it? What a comedy of errors. I mean, Norwood could have kicked that goal 3 times to 3 separate people.
I don't think Stephen Rowe had the confidence to shoot for goal.
He didn't. And the finality of it all, you're right, spot on.
Well, opportunity blown as Patterson knocks the ball over the line. And we don't mean to be harsh on Stephen Rowe, but he's had a habit in the past of holding on to the ball too long. It was obvious he was trying to draw the player to pop it over the top. But I tell you what, when you're a rover, when you're about 25 metres out in a 45-degree angle, I know what I'd be doing.
You've got to shoot, simple as that.
3 points the difference. Up over the top came Barlow. Working hard for the ball is Malloy. Barlow again. Gets the kick of sorts away up towards centre wing. The bounce will decide. Ross, well tackled, lost the footy. Oh, gee, off goes Lachlan Ross. The umpires play to advantage. West Adelaide into attack, half forward line. Great interception, Zimmerman. Oh, what a brilliant catch, half back flank. Gee, that looked for all money going to Fitzsimmons. His fourth mark as he edges the ball back towards centre wing. In comes Zealand, can't find the footy. Randall Bennett through, now Gribble. Half forward line. Tony Filkey puts it up for Hawthorn. Hawthorn and Prowse. Hawthorn tries to hook it back. Fitzsimmons is there, has the footy, shoots for goal, going to be close, getting back on it as the Norwood defence, and the ball eventually beats Nichols out of play.
You know, more often than not, West Adelaide pick up the loose ball better than Norwood. It just seems to me that they're just adept at picking up that ball, which is up for grabs, and that's what's keeping them in the game at this point in time.
Well, the play down in the right forward pocket. They'll be hoping to pick it up cleanly this time. Players go up high, crashing his way through. There was, that appeared to be Leza Putty, and he's been penalised for holding the ball. Free kick will go the way of Lester Ross. 9 kicks out towards Balm. 2 of the more senior players combining there for the Redlegs, but Ravisi takes the mark. He's a real goer, this lad. Well, he has Gribble all by himself. If he wants to go extremely short, he decides to drive it in long. Players set themselves. Hawthorn in there, but front of the pack was Goss, couldn't take it. Fitzsimmons in there for the crumbs. He normally picks the ball up fairly cleanly. He was pushed in the back, play on the call. The legs are still in with it, not the legs, the Bloods, I should say, as Filkey concedes ground to go back to McKinnon. And good body work there by Hawthorn.
Well, he did that like a seasoned veteran. Here's the lad Peter Hawthorn playing his first league game, as we said before, recruited from South Warrnambool, and that's a great mark, and really edged out the more experienced player to take that mark.
Well, he's only played about 20 minutes of football, and he's already kicked 2 goals, one in the 3rd quarter, one in the 4th, and Kevin Morris, he doesn't know what to say there. A rather expressionless look on his face. Now, that's not a bad-looking kick, and Hawthorn's kicked his 3rd.
Well, won't Kevin Morris be happy with that? Like, he's kicked that goal from the so-called Death Valley, but he split the centre. That's a magnificent shot for goal. Obviously, the boy doesn't know about the ramifications of kicking from there, and he split the centre. It's a great goal by Peter Hawthorn, and in previous times on that side of the ground, no one's looked like scoring from there, but Peter Hawthorn's done it with some aplomb. How about it?
The moment of truth for the legs are 9 points down. Their unbeaten run may come to an end. Centre wing, farmed out there by Malloy. Here's a chance now. Staritsky goes back in field. Andrew Jarman, who's been quiet of this quarter, kicks in long up towards full forward, looking for Weeding. Darker at the back there. Weeding, no, can't find the footy. Patterson's got it. Row over the top. And umpire Mark Barnett in for the bounce. 9-6 to 7-9. West Adelaide led by 10 points at quarter time, 12 at half, 4 at 3/4 time. Norwood have only been in front on one occasion for the whole game, I think. Knocked back there by big Brooke Fogden, who's come back onto the ground, and he's conceded a point to the opposition.
Appear to be very crowded up forward at the moment, Norwood, and gee, I'd be tempted to put Weeding out to centre half forward and leave Ducker by himself up forward, because he's looking in pretty good touch, Ducker.
Well, Ducker's the man that kicks those clever goals, Kim, at the psychological moment. And we've already seen him done once in this last quarter, and he's the man, I think, the man of the moment.
Gribble kicked it to the outer side. Over the top is Ravisi. Quick handball out towards Blythe. The Bloods go into attack once more. That ball clean bowling the pack, but picked up cleverly by Goss. Now an opportunity for Fitzsimmons. He's very accurate in front of goal. And he's kicked it. And West Adelaide are going from strength to strength.
Well, you called it, Kim. Shane Fitzsimmons, I saw him last year at Norwood Oval kick all of West Adelaide's goals in the 1st quarter from a forward pocket, and once again he had his chance to extend the lead, and he didn't let anybody down whatsoever. A great goal on the run. They aren't easy, those. They may look so, but the final initiation of the kick still has to be done, and Shane Fitzsimmons did it, and that's West Adelaide's 10th goal, a 14-point break with some 12 minutes to go. They must be in the winning chance now, Ian.
Oh, the Bloods are looking like winners at the moment, Graham, for sure. Football is a funny game, just in case you didn't know. Pass go up, gets it straight down to Andrew Jarman. Puts a long one to the half-forward line. Getting back there is Ebert, beautifully taken. Duck the chutney. Gets the footy out. Play on is the call, Ebert. Now to the lightning quick Lachlan Ross. He's off like a flea. Drives long towards centre wing. Ravisi, who's had some big touches in this last quarter, has done well. Rowe gets it out. Great tackle there by Milsom. Payne breaks clear, the legs into attack, fires out the pass. Weeding can't find it. Ducker fightens the ball, or can he? Porter makes sure he doesn't, and it goes out of play in the right forward pocket with the legs in attack.
How was that lock on Ross? He's like a startled fawn. He just got it and he was gone. He's so quick. You can't see him. He's greased lightning.
Yes, he certainly possesses some speed, and once he gets that football, he's off. Throw in right forward pocket at the northern end. The tap by Zealand out towards Rowe. And a free kick's been picked out. It will go the way of Ravisi.
Graham, there's an old saying, you can run a half an hour in 20 minutes.
I like it.
I can't relate to it. Never could. The ball put out wide is 7 kicking. He's kicked that out of bounds on the full, and it's often a mistake like that that can turn a game around. Let's hope that's not the case for West Adelaide. Maynard has the football, puts it up high. Patterson uses his body to outmaneuver Weeding. The ball goes down towards Zealing. That was smothered off the boot. Opportunity now for Payne. He's been a good player tonight. He hooks that back around his body. Ducker takes the mark.
The man we spoke about, Kim, you nominated it, and I agree with you that if anybody can sort of kick that clever goal and be the man of the moment, it's Mark Ducker. He just has a penchant or a penchant for doing these things.
Well, that was beautifully set up, that passage of play. 4th mark to Mark Ducker, and it was well centred by David Payne. Kick number 4. He's also had 7 handballs since coming onto the ground. He's kicked 1 goal and make that 2.
Yes, Mark Ducker, always a danger man, lurking in that forward pocket and or the full forward spot. He's a very clever player and can really turn nothing into something in that forward line. And he did it again. He's running backwards to the ball, but did it comfortably, took the mark, and more importantly, kicked the goal. 2 goals to Mark Ducker, Norwood edge closer.
At the bounce, it's taken away once again by the legs through Payne. Around the corner of the half-forward line. Coming to meet it is Porter. Got a bad one. Maynard can't find it. Porter butters up again. Past Filkey. Dribble a chance or runs into a corner. Beautifully back to Filkey. The kick has found Fitzsimmons. He plays on short. Beautifully put. Half-forward line. Milsom shoots for goal. I think it's going to be close. What's the result? Goal to West Adelaide. Brilliantly done. And the Bloods have got 11 on the board.
Well, David Milsom got up into it just as he got foot to ball, but didn't deter the lad. Here is Shane Fitzsimmons launching it off quickly. Clever stuff. Milsom unattended. Had a quick look. Had a player coming in from the side, but was just able to get foot to ball, as I said, and didn't quite split the centre, but just as good. It's a goal, a very much needed goal by West Adelaide, who now eke out a 14-point lead in this desperate last quarter.
This young Zimmerman made up an enormous amount of ground to apply the pressure, but one wonders if perhaps he used his arms to unbalance Milsom. Then he perhaps would have been more effective rather than deciding to bump. Nevertheless, that's history as Ward pushes the ball out wide. Pike goes forward for the Redlegs. The ball put out towards Porter back there in defence. It's picked up nicely there by the new lad in Hosking. Goes back towards Stephen Rowe. Rowe puts it up high. They need a grab from Weeding. Oh, big lead! That's Malloy from behind.
Glenn Malloy. Oh, that's reminiscent of probably, who can we say? John Coleman, his dad. Is his dad a high flyer? That's a great mark by Glenn Malloy. Just what the doctor ordered. Now, can he finish it off?
He certainly can. Kick number 4, and he deserved a goal after a magnificent mark like that.
Certainly was deserving. Gee, that's a great grab. You won't see better than that tonight, I tell you. High marking is not a forte of night football. Players find it difficult to control the ball when it's high in the air, but not Glenn Malloy on that occasion, and finish it off with a goal, which was more important. Great goal, and the game is really hotting up. There's at least 6 or 7 minutes to go, and there's 8 points separating the sides.
Graham, you probably never saw his father Graham play, and I don't think Kim Dillon was born, but he was certainly a spectacular flyer, like father, like son. Ward, well done, drives up towards the half-forward line. Well played, Zimmerman. Takes the casual mark and changes direction of the football. Thomas at centre, half back. Still plenty of time, only 19 minutes gone. And the Bloods lead by 12 points. Andrew Jarman in the action. Oh, that magic gets it over to his mate Macca. Back to his mate Jarman. Drives the half-forward line, beautifully put. And it's taken there by Hosking on the half-forward left flank. Hosking is looking for a lead. Off goes Weeding. He's going inboard to Thomas. He's taken off the football, but he's been given a free kick. Bennett certainly held him when he didn't have the football, and that's great interception by Milsom. Thought about moving off, but the youngster gets it out wide and finds Simon Porter on the half-back line. He in turn goes in short. The kick is not all that good. Working hard for it, Ravisi, Bennett now. Filkey, Tony tight, gets it out back. Oh, beautifully done to Porter. Porter gets it out. Tony Filkey again. Gee, West Adelaide running into trouble. They won't kick the footy. Bennett takes it high, has to work hard for the ball. Milsom it was as the ball goes to the half-forward line, and West Adelaide ruined a good opportunity then on the far side.
Well, gee, has this game hotted up this quarter, Kim? It's no man standing at the moment.
Well, we're approaching the 20-minute mark, so there's about 4 minutes remaining in the game. 8 points the difference, the advantage to West Adelaide. They've led nearly all night. And this has been a tremendous effort. The ball goes down to Ravisi, out towards Tony Filkey. His kick goes wide and, in fact, has gone out of play. Not quite on the full.
Is that what you call kicking for touches, Kim? Almost.
I think they'd be pretty happy with it at this stage. 72 points, play 64. Zealand to do the ruck work. Ward from behind. Zealand tapped it straight down towards Fitzsimmons. In there working hard. Picked up by Blythe. Now Pike out there, so too is Lachlan Ross. Pike gets the football far too easy. Seems to be in slow motion at the moment. The ball goes out the back towards Pascoe. He was placed under pressure. Pike in there once more. And the kick goes forward. In fact, that was Maynard. But it's West Adelaide taking it through the agency of Gribble. The handball over towards Porter. If they can get a goal here, they'll nearly seal it, the Bloods. Opportunity for Filkey. Chips. Oh, he slipped over. The target slipped over. I'm not sure who it was. He lost his footing completely, and there goes an opportunity. It was Fitzsimmons who fell over. And the Redlegs should get out of trouble through Nichols towards the outer side.
Coming to eat the ball is Zealand. Flips it out wide. Barn. The legs with a chance. Storitsky sends them into attack with a long kick to the half-forward line. Coming across now is Malloy, coming to meet it, Weeding. Ducker fits it up, gets it to Rowe, runs into the open goal, and he's buttered it! Brilliant football to the legs, 11-6 to 10-10 on 9 Wide World of Sports.
Sorry, and I thought Stephen Rowe was going to run too far with the ball then. He really wanted to go right into the square to make a certainty of it. Then he realised he'd run his full 15 metres, which are allowed these days, popped it onto his foot, through the goal goes, and Norwood now in with a winning chance. What a game we've got in our hands. Who would have thought it? West Adelaide virtually rock bottom, playing Norwood top of the ladder.
Stephen Rowe not looking for a handball in that passage of play. The ball back with Laurie Argent centre field, and it's Pascoe. Oh, hang on. The Norwood player has entered the square, so the free kick will go the way of the Bloods, and we're into time on. We've had a minute of time on in this final term, and it's a 2-minute lead, 2-point lead to West Adelaide. Free kick's been picked out. We'll go the way of Pascoe.
Given there's been 8 goals scored in this quarter, so I think we can count on about 3 or 4 minutes time on.
Nichols kicks high. Over the top came Ravisi. Pike back in defence. The umpire's given a free kick to Zimmerman. Zimmerman half-back flank. Edges the ball back towards centre wing. Up over the top came McKinnon. Storitsky in front. But the ball goes out of play in that spot. 11-6 to 10-10. West Adelaide by 2 points.
And a minute and a half into time on, Ian.
At the throw-in, it'll be Zealand number 16 by the looks of the thing against Ward, who's done particularly well. Gets another knock but can't find a player. Payne through. McIntosh gets it out wide. The running player, Storitsky. Norwood in towards the half-forward line. Loose ball. Porter comes to meet it. In there is Ducker. Has the ball. Farms it out. Jarman hooks around the corner in towards the pocket. Oh, West Adelaide back there. And it is Tony Filkey who takes a timely mark. Andrew Jarman did not look, just got the ball and kicked it.
Yes, he normally has better feel than that. Randall Bennett has the football, and he's found Gribble, and I think this man will slow play right down. He's looking for options upfield. He decides on a short pass. He's looking for Goss. Oh, Nichols in his back. Play on the call. We'll have a throw-in in front of the interchange gates, and the action live from Nine's Wide World of Sports here at Football Park.
At the throw-in, the crowd starting to get excited. A good crowd now, probably in the vicinity of 10,000 people. Pike, the legs into attack up towards Malloy half-forward line. West Adelaide with players at the drop of the ball, kicks out wide. Ravisi's got the pace. He's going to let Fitzsimmons go for the football. He's clear, drives in towards Hawthorn. Uses got it. Oh, what a mark. He edged out young Prowse. Used his body beautifully, and this could be game, set and match for West Adelaide. if the South Warrnambool recruit
Of course,
gets the goal.
we're singing the praises of Peter Hawthorn, but he's playing on a first-year player also in Simon Prowse. So they're both sort of well matched as far as experience goes.
20 metres out, kicks for goal is good, 4 for 4. That's batting 1,000 in my book as West Adelaide go to 12-6. Lead Norwood 10-10 on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
And not only 4 goals as Peter Hawthorn kicked, but 3 in this quarter, in what you would call a pressure quarter. So really, West Adelaide have shown their character in this 22 minutes of football so far. It was a game that we all thought they'd lose, including yours truly, and yet Westies now in with more than a winning chance. They really can't lose from here.
It was a case of the second to bottom side playing the second to top side. Of course, Sturt leading on percentage in this Foundation Cup competition. Award thumps another one away. This will be the last chance as Stephen Rowe goes forward. The handball over the top. In turn, they go forward. The legs through McIntosh. Macca pushes it out wide, looking for Ducker, and he couldn't take it with the fingertips. He tackled. It handballed it. It has to be a free kick.
Yeah, very clever by Mark Ducker. Once again, we're singing the praises of this man playing close to goal, but he knows what to do and when to do it. He got rid of the hand pass, and Paul Patterson, I guess, committed, but still gave away the free kick.
I think time's against them now. Even if he was to kick this, they trail by 8 points. It's a short pass to find Keith Thomas, but he's too far out to kick a goal, I would imagine. As the siren sounds...
The kick would not have counted. He ran off his line, running to have that shot for goal, so the umpire put his hands up in the air. The game's all over. Great effort by West Adelaide. A really surprising victory, but then again, most of these Foundation Cup games are won by the side not fancied. It's happened once again. Norwood gone down by 8 points.
West Adelaide chalk up their first win in the Foundation Cup, 12-6 to 10-10. We'll be back at Football Park in just a moment.